Coming up on this episode of Hybrid Pro Wrestling, the battle between Josh Abercrombie and Keith Creme continues as the HPW Championship Committee has put them against each other once again tonight to see if they can settle their score. Speaking of the HPW Championship Committee, they have promised to announce a handful of events that will take place at our next big event, Amplified. The HPW Championship Committee are watching this episode closely, and we will be in contact with them during the duration of this show to give you any updates as they come in. We will see the HPW Tag Team Champions Popular Electronics in action after stealing the masks of the BNU 2 weeks ago and hearing words from the Wild Stallions last week. The Hype and the Game Boy are looking to demonstrate their tag team dominance in the ring, and they have demanded time for a match tonight. And they have promised to deliver quite the bonus for our viewers. Let's just hope that Jimmy Shawan doesn't wear that stupid hat. We will also see Whiplash versus All Nite Adam Reynolds, who earlier had this message for Steve Amani.
Steve Amani, I heard what you had to say last week. You want to challenge me to a match on July 1st, all because you lost your spot in the TV title tournament? I guess I can accept your challenge. You say you're untouchable? I don't think so. They call me All Nite Adam Reynolds. I'm the new wave of wrestling excellence here in the HPW, and on July 1st, you're going down.
They said they were got but tonight, we saw them in the back, you know, they're looking great. Got bottles on the subway diet. We're giving them a thank you dollars out right now, above and others. Tonight, we have a little back run. Come on out, above and others. Josh Mavado.
We are now set for an HPW Tag Team title match, unexpected as Popular Electronics have offered to put the belts on the line against the BNU, whom they unmasked 2 weeks ago. We haven't heard from the BNU since then, but they are here, looking svelte as ever, sporting new gear as well, probably deciding to look extra dapper for their big tag team contest. Fortunately for us, Shawan won't be wrestling with that stupid hat. Man, I hate that thing. The BNU have certainly earned this title shot, and no doubt this masked duo is out for revenge as well as reflective titles. Popular Electronics on the same page early on. Shawan motioning that this will be easy pickings as he jumps. Well, I think that's Bubba McKenzie. Usually I can tell these two apart, but tonight the BNU look like a whole new team. Of course, they do have the masks, so who's to doubt it? Shawan splitting McKenzie's back, followed by the Haikuza kick to the Starry Mask. Popular Electronics just toying with their opponents as they switch out. The Game Boy coming in now, going head-to-head with the fresh Josh Mavado. Game Boy goes through this member of the BNU like a work tube, now laying in those hammer-like shots to the masked face of Josh Mavado. The HPW Tag Team titles very prestigious, as not only have the BNU bid in line for a shot, but also the newly united Wild Stallions, Johnny Dynamo and Jack Thriller. They are also being looked at by the HPW Championship Committee. Mushroom stomp by the Game Boy. Supersized mushroom stomp from Jimmy Shaolin. And folks, they have formed Voltron. King Zarkon would tremble in fear after that tandem attack. Popular Electronics looking to divide and conquer. Double Irish whip by the champs. And another patented PE double team takes down the BNU member. Game Boy washing this BNU member's dirty mask with the equally dirty boot scrape tactics. Shaolin directing traffic. Button masher by Popular Electronics. They have gone through their opponent's turbo speed style. And that is enough. The tag team champions retain with relative ease. We may find out tonight what the HPW Championship Committee thought of this match, and who are these masked men? Now they're stealing the masks of the BNU. This is a... Wait a minute. I think I get it now. That's the BNU. Yes, don't let their generic masks fool you. They have come to reclaim their property and quite likely exact some revenge on the tag team champions. Popular Electronics doesn't even know what's going on. How could they think they were fighting the BNU? How could they be so foolish? BNU in place for it. Well, I'd call it a Pearl Harbor, but that would be uncharacteristic of these pro-USA fighters. The BNU laying fists and feet of fury on the tag team champions who scurry to the outside. They have left this war zone titles intact. The BNU getting a measure of revenge here on Hybrid Pro Wrestling. Time now for a singles contest here on Hybrid Pro Wrestling. All Night, Adam Reynolds taking on Whiplash. Reynolds exposed and Whiplash going to work early on. He does not want to suffer another loss to Adam Reynolds, such as he did at Raising the Bar. Whiplash with a heavy shot to the neck. He's quite a loud individual, but he does often let his actions speak for him in the ring. Whiplash targeting the neck early here against Adam Reynolds, hoping to capitalize on another late night of partying by Adam Reynolds. Reynolds picking up speed, gaining momentum, and takes down Whiplash with a saddle of head scissors. Adam Reynolds takes down a dizzy Whiplash, who juts out to the floor, hoping to regain his composure. Adam Reynolds looking to impress as he heads into the HPW television title tournament. Whiplash speaks to the cameras like those in Sears portraits, looking slightly to the left, claiming his vast intellect, which did not help him here as Adam Reynolds swiftly connects with the tope through the ropes to the floor. Adam Reynolds taking a big risk, but it does pay off. Reynolds walks around ringside, regaining his breath, heading back into the ring. Whiplash surprises Renolds with a kick to the ropes, catching him in the nether regions as Adam Renolds feels the pain on the mat. Whiplash back on the offensive. Okay, hold on. I'm getting word through my earpiece. Yes, the HPW Championship Committee, based on the tag team happenings earlier on this episode of HPW TV, they have determined who will get a shot at the HPW tag team titles. Well, in a way, apparently they couldn't quite decide on just one of the teams, so they have decided to pair Johnny Dynamo of the Wild Stallions with Josh Movado of the BNU. Those two will team up on July 1st at Amplified against Popular Electronics. And if either man gets the pinfall or submission victory, their respective teams will become the new HPW Tag Team Champions. Certainly at first, at least here in Hybrid Pro Wrestling, I don't recall of it happening anywhere else. As we go back to this match, Whiplash in control. Whiplash looking to pick up his first win here in Hybrid Pro Wrestling. Certainly a win over Adam Reynolds would impress the HPW Championship Committee. Whiplash looking for his next maneuver. Slowly grinds it in and snaps Reynolds down with a vicious neckbreaker. A rude awakening for Adam Reynolds after his latest all-nighter. As Whiplash poses for the crowd, stalling before going for a pinfall. It costs him as he only gets a 2 count. Check out the replay. Big impact on that neck breaker by Whiplash. Now Whiplash claiming there's shenanigans happening out in the crowd. It's just a distraction as Whiplash lays a pair of boots to the lower extremities of Adam Reynolds, right behind the back of referee Muscles Malone. He needs to be more aware of what's happening in the ring as opposed to the bleachers. Whiplash looking to pick up his first win here in Hybrid Pro Wrestling. Certainly a win over Adam Reynolds would impress the HPW Championship Committee, possibly putting him in line for a title shot in the near future. Also, don't forget tonight we will hear from the old-timer Jeff King, who has promised to unveil his dreaded bear hug. I also hear that he has issued an open challenge for Amplified. Keep that in mind. Reynolds off the ropes, goes behind. Whiplash reverses the waistlock, goes for the Ontario roll, but it's blocked. Double collision takes down both men. We'll check this out once again with the instant replay. Both men taken down, knocking the breath out of each other. Adam Reynolds pulling himself up in the corner. Whiplash himself not wanting to forfeit this bout. Both men struggling to get up back to their feet. Now at the vertical base. Reynolds blocks the punch. And another wild haymaker to the face. Whiplash blocks a shot. Goes once again for the neck breaker. Reynolds able to anticipate it. Connecting with a heavy forearm right between the eyes. Kick to the stomach. Doubles over Whiplash. Adam Reynolds snaps him in half with the pendulum backbreaker. Oh, look, there's my hard camera shot. Thanks a lot, Dale. I've only been waiting on that view this entire match. Yeah, you never cause any problems, Dale. Reynolds takes down Whiplash with a shoulder block, and he heads out to the ring apron. Reynolds squares him up. Springboard action. Reynolds connects with the missile drop kick to the chest, takes down Whiplash, and Reynolds feels victory in his grasp. Of course, that could just be the long locks of hair sported by Whiplash. The lateral press only gets a 2 count. So we're back to this fantastic hard camera shot. We see the wreckage in the ring. Reynolds connects with the scissors kick. He calls that the blackout. We're hearing commotion now. Off to the left, it's Steve Amani, the man who challenged Reynolds last week. And Reynolds meets him with a fist to the face. Amani's distraction did not work as he is now laid out on the floor. Here comes Whiplash, and there goes Whiplash. sent crashing back to the middle of the ring. Renolds with the all-night flight hooks the leg man, and that gets the 3 count. Adam Renolds, your winner.
Here's your winner, all-night, Adam Reynolds.
Renolds with his hand raised once again as he has momentum heading into Amplified, going up to face the challenge of Steve Amani coming up July 1st.
Yeah.
I have brought you out here today to demonstrate the effects of my vicious bear hug. For you, I am gonna apply my bear hug on that solid oak tree and just show you how devastating it can be. And that is how devastating my bear hug will be to the poor, humble bodies of the HPW wrestlers.
Lacey, put me in your top 8 when you might space me and never replace me.
Hybrid Pro Wrestling returns to action on Saturday, July 1st for our next set of TV tapings, as well as our next big event, Amplified. We will once again hold these events at Year Round Golf in Schoolcraft, Michigan. We will hold a free TV taping in the afternoon. Doors open at 1:30 and bell time is 2 p.m. This is a great chance to check out HPW Live and your opportunity to be on TV. That evening we present Amplified, featuring a first blood match for the HPW Championship, pitting Harker Dirge against HPW champion CJ Otis. Also, as announced earlier on this episode, the HPW Tag Team Champions Popular Electronics will defend their titles against one half of the BNU, Josh Movado, and one half of the Wild Stallions, Johnny Dynamo. If Dynamo or Movado secure the fall, their regular respective teams will become the HPW Tag Team Champions. It's double jeopardy on July 1st for the HPW Tag Team Division. A spot in the HPW TV title tournament is on the line, as All Night Adam Reynolds has accepted the challenge of the untouchable Steve Amani. In addition, the old-timer Jeff King sent an open contract to the HPW Championship Committee, and he has dared any wrestler to step in the ring with him at Amplified so he can dust off his patented bear hug. Plus confirmed for the show, these stars and more will also be in action on our TV tapings, with more names and attractions to be announced. Tickets for Amplified will be available at the door, with a pre-sale discount available through the start of our free TV taping. Mark the date on your calendar, Saturday, July 1st, and make a day of it with 2 live shows from Hybrid Pro Wrestling.
go, bring it down here. There we go. You see how that moves? You see how that moves, Daddy? Oh yeah, let's do it all night long.
Time now for a featured contest on Hybrid Pro Wrestling. The issue continues between Keith Creme and Josh Abercrombie.
Like my new tights I just got them.
The bell sounds, Josh Abercrombie checking out the ring, surveying, and deciding that it may not be wise to unleash his aerial assault in this bout. These two met at HPW raising the bar, with Abercrombie coming out victorious. After the match, however, Keith Creme targeted Abercrombie's knee and left him limping for several days.
What's this? He's trying to wrestle.
Revenge and redemption on the minds of these two competitors. Abercrombie frustrates Creme early with his mat wrestling skills. Josh is a very adept amateur wrestler, able to go hold for hold on the mat with any opponent. Abercrombie escaping the wrist lock, moving into the side headlock, picking up speed and momentum, allowing him to take down Creme with the side headlock, brings Keith Creme down to the mat. Creme able to apply the head scissors. Abercrombie now in trouble, as Creme applies a lot of pressure to Josh's neck with his heavily toned thighs. At least that's what I hear from Keith Creme. Abercrombie escapes and plasters Creme with a seated dropkick right to Creme's pretty little face, as he takes time on the floor to recover. Abercrombie keeping a close eye on his opponent. Keith Creme looking to regain his ball bearings, ready to continue the match. Creme threatening Abercrombie with a kick. He's a very adept striker, and Josh shoots back with a kick of his own. Josh lets Keith know that he's ready to brawl at the drop of a hat. Josh Abercrombie, a very underrated striker, while Creme is a very well-known striker. Reversal by Josh. Big arm drag, and Josh plants his knee on the head and face of Keith Creme, grounding him tightly.
You say Creme?
A shrill cry coming from the vocal cords of Keith Creme, as Josh Abercrombie stretching the arm and shoulder, which may have lingering effects on Creme, especially if he goes out to buy roofies. Or goes roofing. What did I say? Abercrombie escapes that with a hammerlock and graduates into a version of the short arm scissors. Not quite a pinfall situation at the moment. Creme escapes out and into a leg grapevine. Abercrombie quickly grabs the ropes to break the hold, not wanting to fall into the plan of Creme, who has targeted Abercrombie's previously injured knee. Big damage to the knee now. A swift kick from Creme puts his plan back into play. Creme getting increasingly aggressive as the match continues. Sets up Abercrombie for a knee breaker. Atomic drop to the kneecap. Does big time damage to Abercrombie's knee joints and cartilage. Creme with his patented sit-down attack, targeting Josh's knee. Follows that with a kneeling toe hold. Creme looking to get the submission victory in lieu of a pinfall, as forcing Abercrombie to submit will no doubt do more damage to his ego than a pinfall loss. Abercrombie doing his best to avoid further damage, propels Creme out of the ring. Creme is quick to sneak back in as Josh tries to recover. Keith Creme halts Abercrombie's momentum break, chop blocking Josh's leg out from underneath him. Creme ties up Josh's knee and he's continuing to assault it. Abercrombie hung up in the ropes, such as he was at raising the bar. Creme not so much showing mercy, as he's just making Abercrombie sweat and squirm in pain. Creme has grounded the high-flying offense of Josh Abercrombie, applying more pressure with the step-over toe hold. Abercrombie at eye level with the bottom rope. Creme picks the ankle, but Abercrombie doing his best to protect his leg. Back down into the kneeling toe hold. Abercrombie counters with forearm strikes to the face. Keith Creme is stunned, backing up into the corner. Creme goes low as Abercrombie goes high. Creme looks to have hurt himself as Abercrombie capitalizes with a rolling knee drop to Creme's back. Abercrombie pulls out from the depths of desperation with an enziguri that rocked Keith Creme's block. The crowd getting behind Josh, building momentum for Abercrombie, hoping to help him secure the victory. The assault on Abercrombie's leg was a very smart game plan by Creme, as Josh not only utilizes the top rope Phoenix Splash, but also the Taliban backpack lung blower. There's an effective move by Abercrombie, pulls the ropes down, avoiding Creme, sending him crashing to the floor. Springboard press moonsault to the floor. Abercrombie went for broke and it paid off, and no doubt the issues between these two led Josh to taking such a big risk. These two with a feud that has been going on for quite some time here in hybrid pro wrestling.
3, 4.
Both men back to their feet. Creme stopping Abercrombie before he can go back in the ring, as Abercrombie slams Creme hard back first into the ring apron. Kick to the stomach as Josh Abercrombie trying to protect himself. Keith Creme just comes back once again with a hard shot. These two don't even care about finishing the matchup in the ring. The referee finishes his 10 count, and this will be a draw via the double countout.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has ruled this bout a double countout.
The issue between these two has not ended. They're fighting all over the arena. Both men pummeling each other. They're going towards the wall. Abercrombie blocks it, sends Creme's skull into the hard concrete. The issue between these two has not ended. This brawl continues outside the ring, seemingly toward the back. This contest is a draw, and we'll have to speak with the HPW Championship Committee about this encounter, and hopefully for our sake, we'll see these two collide again.